Okay, this is a 2003 PT Cruiser. It's a turbo version. I was doing the motor mount, the top motor mount, which is this one, and the bottom one, which is this one right here. Okay, I have my car pulled onto the ramp right there. It was sitting on the ramp, and I took everything apart, took it off, and went to AutoZone to get a new one. And when I got a new one, I was putting the top one on first, and the hole right here didn't line up with the bracket, with this bracket right here. So it was a little too far back, so it didn't line up exactly. So I was like, what's going on? So I came down to the bottom and tried to put this one on, and this one wouldn't line up either. I'm trying to pry it on it, try to do whatever I could to move the engine, back and forth, but I just couldn't get it lined up. And I measure the old one with the new one, and it was exactly the same size, same length, and I just couldn't line it up. It just would not line up. If I put the bolt in here, line up right here, this would be too short. And when I put a bolt right here, this bracket would be a little too long. So I'm trying to move the engine back, try to line it up. Couldn't do it. Couldn't line up, and when you know, I stripped the bolt. And I broke the bolt in there from trying to go at an angle. One of my bolts was stripped, and this one it broke when I was trying to take it out. So this bracket right here is a pain to get out. You don't want to mess this bracket up. This is the one that mounts onto the engine, and now I'm gonna have to cut whatever's sticking out and then trying to get easy out. Hopefully it'll come out and doesn't mess up the thread. If it doesn't, I probably have to use a heater coil. But so I decide to jack up the car. So what I did, I jack up the frame, and when you know, everything lined back up perfectly. They say, I watched some of the video, they say to jack up the oil pan with the jack. I did that, and it still wouldn't line up. So if you have this problem, make sure you jack up your car, because I guess what it does is it's release the tension on the frame, so that it will line up again. I've been doing it for like 2-3 hours. I could not line it up until I decided to jack up the car. And once I jacked it up, when you know, everything lined back up. So if you have problem with line up the motor mount, don't let the wheel sits on the ramp. Jack it up to release the pressure on the frame, and it will line right up. So I hope this will help. Good luck.